It was after my season of sickness, and we really needed just like a reset. Especially in like communication, like when I'm hospitalized and he's carrying the burden of working and caring for all the kids, including Case, who was really young at the time. We just needed a reset on communication. So
I feel like I can really pinpoint to a weekend to remember of how things really started to improve and change because we were able to talk about those things. I just had the tendency to shut down all the time, like if there was any sort of conflict. So communication through conflict was probably a main thing that we were struggling with.
Where do you go to learn how to marry well, right? And family life has got the recipe for that, and we believe that. We're passionate about it. Teaches you some fundamental things about how to have a good relationship, and it's very practical, and you can take it, work on it, and apply it, and we think the fruit is quite amazing. We see it, all over the place. So it's the reason we've continued to invest ourselves in it. So.
You don't have to be in like a crisis or bad place to go to something like this. Like I feel like there's a stigma around things like this or marriage counseling and stuff like that.
Well, it's kind of like, dude, you do maintenance checks on your cars or home stuff. You do yearly things that it's not because it's broken or whatnot. It's like, dude, I want to make sure that this thing is running at its optimal, sense. And it's like, dude, this is why you do those things. And the same thing with marriage counseling or marriage conferences and stuff.
Probably one of the most impactful parts about it to me personally was how much they made it feel like you were on a team with your spouse, that you were in this together. You weren't one party and another party trying to work it out, you were on the same team. And it just solidified our sense of oneness, I would say.
We have a model that you'll learn about if you go to the weekend. It's called we're always moving from oneness to isolation on that spectrum, and the forces of this world and life will always pull you towards isolation. So it's important that you're aware of that, and you're always pushing to work towards oneness.
Striving towards oneness.
It's something that will not get better over time if you don't work on it. Entropy will set in. So it's just a good opportunity to continue in that. So
The bottom line is your marriage is worth it. So whatever that requires, prioritize it.
So the event is November 10th through the 12th. It is downtown at the Renaissance Marriott. It is from Friday evening. It begins at 7 and concludes Sunday at noon. It's fantastic if you can stay both nights because it really is making this priority of your marriage and just spending that time together. So it is terrific if you can, but you don't have to spend the night. If you need to be home or you're unable to spend the night, you can attend the sessions only and head home and then come back in the morning.
Investing in your marriage for one weekend will reap benefits for years and years to come. And so the time you sacrifice and the money you sacrifice couldn't compare to the benefits that come from investing into your marriage and investing into your relationship with the Lord.